Hello everybody, Lasshatry here. Welcome back to Life is Strange All Wounds, the fan-made game. And again, this is a continuation of the sacrifice everybody in Arcadia Bay ending from Life is Strange. We are seeing what it would be like for Max and Chloe to pretty much deal with the guilt of sacrificing everyone in Arcadia Bay. This is based on a fan fiction game. This game in itself is completely free. You can go try it out for yourself, or the fan fiction is all created by Destiny Smasher, who is a friend of mine. Please check it out. Links are below if you want to try it out for yourself. Okay, so we're going to try and make Max feel better. So we're like, hey, it's not your rabbit. There's more important things. I don't really agree with either of these. Like, I really like animals and stuff, but there are more important things. Like, she doesn't need to be worried about the rabbit right now. Max, you were trying to save people from a fucking psycho. I didn't even think to take her bunny with me. We're losing our doc. Jefferson. There was a goddamn serial rapist kidnapping girls, and we brought him down. I think that more than makes up for a lost rabbit. If I'd been there for Kate in the first place, before I'd even gotten powers, her and her bunny would still be here. But I wasn't, so they're not, and... Max, slow down for a sec. You're hella freaking. A plant, Chloe. What? I couldn't even save my fucking plant. Okay, but like, in my defense, if this was based on like my world, I fucking killed that plant long before that tornado hit, okay? I drowned that motherfucker. Your plant? Max was slipping. Her voice had dipped into an angry whisper. Chloe had to lean over the table just to hear her. I killed her, Chloe. I fucking killed a goddamn plant. Oh boy, she was flatlining. Max dug her fingernails into her scalp, shoving her swerved bangs slick against her head. Chloe felt her heart freeze at the panic flickering in Max's eyes. Chloe just gaped, dumbstruck. Max usually, kept to herself when she was freaking. Kept a chill head. All this shit happening lately really had thrown the chick for a loop, huh? And Chloe had no clue what to do about it. She'd promised to be there, but just being there was clearly not enough here. Or maybe she wasn't being in the right there. Max's quivering hands had finished drying her eyes again. She flipped her cell phone up and nudged it past her barely eaten donut. Chloe was afraid to see what it was about, but Max clearly needed someone to join her in whatever dark pit she was stuck in, so... On Max's phone was a news article about the tornado. The screen was scrolled to a section listing names of known casualties. Oh boy. Chloe actually recognized a few. Shit. And there was one name there Chloe figured had set Max off. Warren Graham. Oh no! Oh god, Warren died. I loved Warren. Oh shit. This is horrible. Oh god, okay. Yeah. Now I'm feeling guilty too. I'm laughing, but I don't mean to laugh, because oh my god, Warren, I think, Warren and Chloe were my favorite characters. He was so nice, and yeah, that's about right. Wouldn't even be here if he hadn't. Max was still muttering hysterics. Let him die? Cause why wouldn't I just... Chloe couldn't bring herself to read more of the article. She'd deal with that shit later. Max shouldn't have been dealing with it right then. Too bad Chloe didn't have rewind powers. She'd go back and take Max's phone from her, or saved her from fucking footballs and swimming pools, but when it actually mattered... Chloe sighed, rubbing sweat from her forehead with one hand as she slid Max's phone back with the other. So, if we're talking about saving someone from footballs and stuff, that was, give me a second. That chick! The one chick! I liked that chick. Fuck. I will look it up. I don't care. I want to be right about this. Okay, yes. That's Alyssa. So, Alyssa's dead. We can determine that Alyssa is dead based off of what Max is saying. So, we know Warren and Alyssa are dead. Chloe sighed, rubbing sweat from her forehead with one hand as she slid Max's phone back with the other. The girl was in full-on Mad Max mode now with an extra capital M on the first word. God fucking damn it, Chloe. How's about you stop thinking up dumbass remarks and do something? After a few seconds of gawking at Max's weeping, Chloe simply uttered a disconcerted syllable. Whoa. That, like, really sucks. Nice one, Chloe. Nailed it. I did this. Max's voice was cracking. The self-defeat was fucking real. Max! She wasn't going to take any more of seeing Max beat herself up. Stop doing this to me. It's my fault too. You gotta move on. Stop doing this to yourself. You gotta stop doing this to yourself. It's like you think keeping these wounds open is helping somebody, but all you're doing is holding yourself back. Don't start this back up. Talk shit about yourself again. I will hit you. I swear to zombie Jesus. Max choked on a surprised laugh at the bluntness of Chloe's remark. Chloe glared at Max with mock threat, leveling up a slap-ready hand. Say what again? Max eked out. It was a weird, like, half-sob thing. Half-sob, half-laugh thing, but also kind of a sigh, maybe? At least Chloe's stupid sense of humor had its uses. Here, eat. Ugh. Chloe said it sharper than she'd meant to, actually. Like she had some right to be telling a time warrior what to do. Like the doctor's companions were allowed to call the shots. Okay. Well, maybe they were allowed when the doctor was in a bad place like this. Doctor Who references. I love it. Chloe yoinked out 2 chocolate-encased donuts, passing one to Max. Chloe chowed down on hers, hoping more sugar would bolster her endurance for a turn or two. Max didn't seem too keen on hers for some reason. She just sort of zoned out, staring at it. After swallowing the first half of her own, Chloe asked, "What's up?" Kate, she loved these chocolate ones. They were her... Max. Dude, Max, it's just a donut. Sometimes a blue curtain is just a fucking blue curtain, Maxie. Just eat the donut, Kay? I know, I can't help it. I'm not even sure why it made me think of her. Well, trust me, I know it sucks when random ass shit reminds you of... stuff. But hey, come on now. It's just a donut. You look bushed. Gotta get some energy in you, buddo. Right. The two ate their donuts quietly after that, but Chloe could tell Max was still bothered. God. Poor girl. Max's face wrinkled as she scrambled to grab a napkin. She managed to grab one in time and sneeze into it, fairly loudly. Gah. Max's slightly relaxed body had tightened right back up. She glanced at the napkin she'd just blown into, clutching at what looked like a headache. Chloe didn't need to see it to know what had happened, because there was still some red streaked across Max's upper lip. Fuck. After gaping at her own blood for a couple of seconds, Max sniffed some more. She carefully took in a deep breath, swallowed. She set her slightly bloody napkin on her empty paper plate. Max? She was starting to think a visit to the hospital was going to need to be a thing. Soon. Max didn't pay any heed to Chloe, shakily fumbling for a new napkin. She dabbed at her nose gently. She licked her thumb, using her dampened digit to clean blood from her lip. She dried her finger and face with the napkin. It looked like she wasn't actually bleeding. Okay, alright, another bullet dodged. It's okay. Max gave hasty, settled nod. She glanced to Chloe, fucking finally, and she repeated herself. It's okay. Chloe was a bit slack-jawed at Max's weirdness. Right. Chloe sipped a quick sip of raspberry-infused coffee. You ready to blow this hot sickle joint? Blow this joint. Hot dog stand. Popsicle stand. Whatever. Make like a tree and get the hell on the road. Damn, Chloe had just made herself want to smoke a joint big time. She remembered she probably still had a bit of that emergency stash hiding in the gloved compartment. but she had to quit relying on that crap if she was going to help Max. Still, a backup was good to have around. At this rate, she'd probably need it as soon as they touched down at the Caulfields. Was Max still on planet Earth, by the way? So, Max smiled nervously, trying to recover herself. Yeah, you're a dork. And you are goddamn cute. Nope, shit. Ah! Are goddamn cute. There we go. And you are the dork who is the goddamn cutest. Yeah, so cute. I can never pick up a date, even when I want to. Want to, eh? When have you wanted to pick up a date? I think the best date I've ever been on was when we broke into Blackwell the other night. Oh yeah? Didn't realize breaking and entering was such a turn-on for mild-mannered Max Caulfield. Pfft, hardly. It was kind of a thrill, though. Pretty lame, huh? Ugh, you just need to get out more. Stick with me, kid. I'll teach you the ways. Uh-huh. Well, daylight's burning and crap. Let's hit the road, eh? Sure. Chloe got up from her chair. She gave her coffee cup a swirl, too much to let go to waste, but also too much to wolf down in one go. She'd just take it, as much work as that was, and they'd still have a pair of donuts to take for the road. There were apple fritters, too, so they wouldn't get frosting or cream or shit anywhere. Chloe checked the crinkly little bag they had. 2 apple fritters, still snug as a bug in a paper rug. Come on, girl. We got rubber to burn. Trails to blaze, baby. She made to head for the door, leaving all of their trash behind. She lingered, her handprint marking territory on the glass door. Max had gotten up but seemed to hesitate at the sight of their garbage. To Chloe's, not really, but kind of dismay, Max tidied up their garbage onto the plastic tray. -5 lazy points. She carried it to the garbage can to Chloe's side and dumped it out. -5 lazy points. Back to square one. 0? Back to 0 points. With coffee and donuts pinched together in one hand, the other dirtying the entrance door, Chloe pushed the way open for their exit. Max was still all brooding, hands in her pockets, in Chloe's pockets, technically. Chloe led the way to their truck, hoping the spring in her step and the junk food in her stomach would help compensate for all these critical fails they were rolling. Then Max fell. The sound of her body hitting the pavement, the gas that came before the groan, Chloe's heart skipped. Max! Coffee collided with the tarmac, and the crinkly donut bag smacked the ground, and a second later Chloe joined them. The straps dangling from her shredded jeans slapped the parking lot as she fell to her knees. Max was sprawled on her hip, barely holding herself up by her palms. Chloe's first reaction was to check that fucking nose. No bleeding. Okay, alright, cool. Well, not cool, but not as cool as... Chloe... Max winced, her teeth grit. She sucked in air as Chloe grabbed her shoulders. Let's ask her what happened. Max, Jesus, you okay? You hurt? Chloe propped Max up against her for support, and Max huffed irritably, holding her hands up carefully. Max's quivering palms were scraped up and hella pink, but not too bad. She was fine. Everything was fine. Everything was okay. If Chloe just kept on keeping on, it would all stay fine. Fan-fucking-tastic. Every goddamn thing that had been holding Chloe's life back was gone, so why did her shoulders feel heavier than ever? Max hadn't exactly put on weight, so why'd she feel so heavy? Everything was so fucking heavy. Oh, yeah, a little. Ow. Ah, crap, your hands. Your hands, Max, damn it. The fuck happened just now? What's going on? Chloe, Jesus, I'm fine. Chloe's body felt weak with worry, a sensation that was really weird to adjust to. Chloe let Max lean into her for a moment, neither of them quite understanding what was going on. Ugh, freaking A, Max. The parking lot was cold and windy, and Chloe's bare shoulders were stinging from the chill, but she still felt so warm somehow, so alive. Chloe suddenly realized that while she was gripping Max, Max was not focused on her. Max wasn't moving. She was spaced out again. What was going on with her anyway? It was like something broke. Or Max? Chloe was a little pissed at herself for how a few drops of fear had leaked out through her squeaky worry. Max coughed, then carefully set her trembling hands on her crooked lap. Talk to me, Max. What the hell just happened? Chloe rubbed her hands against Maxine's shoulders. Max? Max's head wobbled a bit. Chloe choked on a sob, trying to swallow it back down when Max's eyes finally regained focus. Chloe rubbed at her eyes, considering what to say. Let's be earnest. Be real with me, Max. You okay? Maxine nodded gently, worming her hands around Chloe's waist in an adorably careful way. Good, because I was scared. Chloe could feel her own teeth chattering a little, but she was so fucking warm, man. Chloe... Damn it, Maxine! Chloe chuckled softly. You're giving me more jump scares lately than a Resident Evil game. Than a friggin' Resident Evil game. Like with Max hacked up a cough clearing her throat. Like lickers and dogs through windows. You falling just now? So much more terrifying to me than zombie dogs through windows. Oh. Max just gawked at Chloe in this dumb but adorable way for a moment. But not as much as lickers. Almost as much as lickers. We'll call it a tie. Still not as much as those really quick red assholes, though. Oh, I see. But Max's coughing came back. Chloe could hear an uncomfortable wheezing. She could fucking feel the grossness through Maxine's back pressed against her. Chloe didn't know what else to do other than pat Max's back, like burping a baby, or... Shit. Max sighed after her coughing spell ended. She sniffed, wiping at her nose. Chloe noted the lack of liquid. Not a nosebleed. So what happened? My legs, they just buckled on me. Buckled? Yeah. From something earlier? Sprain an ankle or something back in Arcadia? No, I'm not sure what... You okay? My hands... Max rotated her palms upward. They were scuffed and scraped from hitting the tarmac. They're a little gnarly, but there's some gauze in the truck, no biggie. Chloe had always figured that first aid kit Joyce had handed me down would have been used for. Well, something more sinister than tripping in a parking lot. A little, Chloe cleared her throat, shifting her position on the tarmac. I'll flirt with her. As romantic as this is, the truck's a more comfy place for throwdowns. Pfft. Max smirked, rolling her lulling eyes and shaking her head slightly. Chloe savored the pink hue Max's cheeks had taken, smirking back. All the same, though, Chloe had expected Max to, like, try and get up by now. Didn't want to rush it, but there was a dude making his way out of the shop heading for his car. He gave the two of them a concerned look but didn't actually approach. It reminded Chloe of one time she'd just driven right by a car collision a year or so back. Just drove right by. Wasn't her problem. Didn't need to get involved. Kind of just like how they'd just driven right by all that wreckage back at the bay, huh? The guy started up his car across the lot and headed off. Chloe? Max's arms were still slung around Chloe, her hands pressed into Chloe's skin. Chloe pulled her gaze away from the passerby and down to her dazed friend. Max leaned her weight into Chloe's chest, aligning herself more upright. She winced a bit from some pain or another. Chloe hoped to fuck it was just the hand scrape and moved her hands up to Chloe's bare shoulders. Ah, she was ready to get up and move, huh? But Max paused there, just friggin' stopped. Her scratched up hands pressed into Chloe's bare shoulders, asking Chloe to bear both their weight. Chloe could feel little bits of gravel still stuck to Max's palms, digging into her own skin. Max's face was right there, right in front of Chloe's, hovering, lingering for a few seconds that felt like those small eternities poets babbled about. Max's eyes were a bit bloodshot with bags hanging beneath, yet beneath their glazed surface burned sparks of determination. Her brows were tilted upward with fear and confusion. Her upper lip was caked with dried blood. Her arms wobbled, her eyes quivered, her fingers trembled. She was a hot fucking mess, and Chloe was freezing. Her elbows shuddered a bit from exposure to the chilly autumn wind, but everything was still warm. The freckles on Max's narrow cheeks plotted a roadmap to an undiscovered country. Chloe was so lost in Max's bewildered expression that she didn't have time to react when Max's lips connected with her own. Her mouth just puckered out instinctively, returning the kiss. Chloe could feel the warmth inside her being willed out through her mouth. Max was so cold. Chloe let her eyelids slide closed, but Max's fragile form lean against her, let shivering fingertips light up her neck. Then Chloe needed to come up for air. Their lips parted, then lingered, then decidedly separated. Chloe's eyes stayed closed for a second as her mind swirled through possibilities. She wasn't surprised by Max's gesture, but Chloe suddenly felt lightheaded. Alright, so I'm actually going to call it quits there. I'm just really immersed in this right now. And so we're going to keep going with it next time. I'm Lasshatry. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy watching! Okay, I can walk across it ghosted. But how do I get the fucking key then? Can I touch the key? Hold on. We can do this, So, jump. 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 Okay. What am I supposed to do here? I can't do anything! I need to be alive over here. How do I move across this being dead? Maybe the